today's episode, a girl with sewing dreams bigger than her actual skills and a 2-week deadline to create her dream Pinterest wardrobe before her trip to Rome. 6 outfits, 12 days, countless tears. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, hi there! So here's the thing. There is nothing I love more than scrolling on Pinterest for fashion inspo and just realizing that every single thing is way out of my budget. And in 2 weeks your girl is going to Rome, and if my wardrobe is not giving Italian hot girl vibes, then why am I even going? So, as any logical person would decide, we're going to be sewing 6 different outfits in 2 weeks. I should also mention this very important fact that I'm by no means an experienced sewer, so everything we have working here is just hopes and dreams. I spent 2 days searching the whole internet for the perfect mood and the perfect patterns, so here's my game plan. So as you can see, we're going for the flowy, light, girly bows vibe. With this being said, we have a whole wardrobe to sew in 2 weeks, so less talking, more. This is the first skirt we're going for. I'll be linking every pattern that I used in the description. Yesterday I printed and assembled the pattern and I also cut the fabric, so today we only have to sew it. Only. Oh, hi Winston. Do not eat my... Don't eat my skirt, Winston! Don't eat it! Don't eat it! I wanted to start with something nice and easy so I don't start crying in the first 10 minutes. And I hope later on I don't regret calling this project easy. The pattern is set to just do a normal seam, I guess, but because I don't have a serger and I didn't want the fabric to fray, I decided to do a French seam, which is definitely a lot more work, and I really should get a serger. I'm trying on the skirt to see if all of this work was not wasted, and I'm really liking how it looks. However, I did really mess up with the fabric choice because I could not put these from, you know, like feet up. It had to go head down, and even like that it almost didn't fit. I don't know if you can see it, but lengthwise it's not too bad. The length was not too bad, but you know what was bad? Sewing the elastic. I'm used to sewing an elastic casing and then inserting the elastic inside, but this pattern required you to sew the elastic directly onto the skirt, and it was a mess. You have no idea how many times I had to redo this little asshole. After what it feels like 200 hours, we have a skirt. Here it is. I think it doesn't look that bad. When I walk like this, it becomes a bit wrinkly here on top, and I'm not sure if I love that part. However, I did use the wrong type of fabric, so that might explain it. But I will definitely be making this pattern again, just with the right kind of fabric. Bye! The original goal here was to print and assemble the pattern, cut the fabric, and then at least start sewing the top. However, since my paper gluing skills are worse than a toddler, I finished way too late. To not throw the whole day away, I ended up printing another pattern and cutting the fabric for that top. It's a brand new day to scream at the sewing machine. I'm going to set this very unrealistic goal, which would be to complete the 2 tops today. However, I don't think that will work out, but let's try. Here's our fabric for top number 1. It has a lot of pieces, so I'm a bit scared, I'm not going to lie. I really like this yellow color. This was my first time sewing with the pattern without video instructions, so I was really nervous to get stuck on something. Spoiler alert, of course I managed to do so. I've been stuck for like the past hour, I'm not even joking, on making this necklace part. So you see, this should be a V and it clearly isn't. I have gotten closer. Right now it's a disaster, but I think I'm just going to tear this whole thing apart and start over because I've been trying to only unsew this part over here and it's not working. Bestie, here we go again. It's definitely not perfect, but I think I'm gonna leave it like this because if I have to unsew this one more time, I think I'm going to give up on this project. So we're moving on to the back. Do you know what else I had never done? These little straps, and oh boy did I struggle with turning them inside out as someone who doesn't own a loop turner. I ended up using a bobby pin, but until that, way too many straps had to suffer, made their souls rest in pieces. I sewed the straps and the back of the top, but then I got stuck in this step, which was to attach the front to the back piece, and I kid you not, I took 2 hours to finally realize what I had to do, and I managed to attach one side. Now I need to redo another side because I poorly assembled it. We're going to do that so I can finally finish this top and go to sleep. If I can give you one piece of advice, please, for the love of all sacred things, leave your machine alone during the night. You'll be 10 times slower and just get frustrated with everything. Please trust me. It's almost 3 a.m. and I finally finished. I'm talking a bit lower because everyone else is sleeping, as should I. Here's the final result. I love it so much. Tomorrow I'll show you better because right now I need to go to sleep. Oh, hi, hello, you're here. This time, we're going to finish that other top that I said I was going to be able to finish the last day, but of course, I was way too ambitious because there was no way I was going to be able to finish 2 tops in one day. The pattern pieces right here. Could I have chosen a better angle? Definitely, but we're going to be starting by sewing the darts. I only learned this recently, but I realized that when you sew darts, you don't backstitch at this pointy end, you just tie a little knot. I wish I realized that sooner because I did do a dress which had darts and it's over there somewhere, and I just backstitched, so maybe that's why it looked a bit off. But if you didn't know as well, now you know. I got you. I really need to do my nails because they're giant. I hate having nails this big. I do gel nails at home by myself, so I take forever, and I wanted to do this before my trip, so that's why I'm waiting. It's awful, they're all loose and cracked. I want a fresh set for my vacation, so these babies will have to last. I just pinned this so I would know how it looks, and I think I have to gather it more over here because I think it's a bit too... I don't know the word for that, maybe too puffy. So we're just going to take this apart and try again. As usually, I highly underestimated how long it was going to take me to finish this project, so I once again had to sew when I should just be peacefully sleeping. This pattern was actually simple and beginner friendly, but because it had a lot of new techniques for me, I had to take my sweet time to prevent disaster. It's 1 a.m. right now, so I have to be quiet, but I finally finished this top. Oh my god, I think it turned out so cute. Obviously, I'm not going to wear it with like this top. I'm thinking of using just like a strapless nude top. It's kind of sheer, so I also don't want to use it by itself. Or, you know, something would just pop out. But right now, I can't wait to just go shower and go to bed, so see you tomorrow. It's a brand new day, which means another day crying over fabric and thread. Because I never learned my lesson and I'm getting behind on the timeline, today we're going to be attempting to sew 2 skirts. I already cut the fabric for both, but we're going to be starting with this one right here, which is the one that I did the pattern myself. So let's hope it doesn't fall apart. This one is going to be like one of those tier maxi skirts in white that you can see everywhere. I don't have one. I never found a cute one in store. Technically, it's very simple because it's just rectangles, but I'm sure I'm going to find a way to have to use the seam ripper. I just can feel it. Yesterday I had to stop sewing because I had a cycling class, and the plan was when I came back I would just go back to the project. Thing is, I did do that, but in the first 5 minutes I really messed up and I ripped the fabric of the skirt. I did manage to fix it, but because I was so frustrated, I didn't record any of it. So we didn't do 2 skirts, we didn't even do 1 skirt, we did like half a skirt. This is going great, thank you for asking. This is what we currently have. I already attached the sides and overlocked everything, so now we have to do the waistband and insert the elastic and also do the hem. I just finished the skirt and I'm so happy because it looks exactly like my Pinterest board. It's so lovely. The only thing I'm not 100% sure is the length, because I'm afraid that this might get like stuck on the sandal when I'm walking. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Anyway, because we're very behind on schedule, I still have to do the other skirt, so I'm just going to have lunch, have a break, and then we'll be back.
3 hours later.
Back and with the fabric for our second skirt of the day, which is going to be this lovely green color. The thing with this project is that this is not going to be a new skirt. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to be redoing the first skirt I did, the one with the flowers, because I don't like how it looks on the waist, but I also don't want to tear it apart just yet. So I'm just going to do a new version with stretchy fabric this time, as I should have done all along, but I don't know how to read instructions. Yesterday I was on TikTok and I discovered that you can buy bobbins that come already filled. For some reason that blew my mind. I've never seen any in stores here. But why wouldn't you just do it yourself? I understand there's no part of me that loves doing this task. However, there's also no part of me that wants to pay for this. So I'm just going to stick with the peasant way. I just finished a waistband, but it looks awful. It looks like a toddler did this. So this is not very wearable, and I don't think I'll be trying to just take off the stitches because I think it will ruin the fabric. I'm going to do something crazy and just cut the elastic and then try to do like an elastic casing. So just fold it and then put an elastic the way I like to do it and not just stitch over it. I finally finished this skirt. I'm very happy to announce that my invention did indeed work. The waist is definitely not perfect. There's like some weird bumps, but I don't think you can see it that much. And with just 4 days left, I have completed a grand total of 2 outfits. It's bad, I know. Apparently, I still have to make 3 dresses and a top and 1 skirt to have the remaining 4 outfits. Honestly, don't know how we're going to pull this off, but we're going to try. Then we're going to be starting with the dress. Apparently, it's a very simple dress, so I'm hoping to be able to finish it and then start another project. I already cut everything for all of the projects, and this is a fabric we're going to be using. It has these very pretty yellow flowers. And let's go. We can do this. Woohoo! That was a bit too much. Can we talk about how bias cut straps are so much easier to turn inside out compared to on the grain straps? The only bump on the road I had with this dress is that when it was almost finished and I tried it on, it was too loose on the sides, but nothing that taking it in couldn't fix. It's almost 7 p.m. but I just finished the dress. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. When you tie the dress, it kind of bunches up weirdly here, or maybe it's just in my head, you know. I don't know. Please tell me what you think. Do you think this is a slay, not slay? And since it's not midnight, I say we're going to start one more project because we have no time to lose over here. Because I just did the dress, I don't feel like doing one again. I think we're going to go for the top. I have my fabric over here, and this is going to be one of those tops that has the little bows in the front and is kind of fitted. The original pattern has sleeves, and I also cut the sleeves, but I'm thinking that maybe I'll leave them out. And I also want to line the top because the fabric I chose is kind of sheer. I don't know if you can really tell. And I want to be able to use this top without having to worry about flashing someone. So yeah, let's see what I came up with. We have the straps. I had to cut the fabric again because I basically ruined all of them yesterday and I was so frustrated. I knew that was the end for yesterday, not today. So hopefully the rest of the project will be smooth sailing. Please. New sewing lesson. If you're short on time, it is not, I repeat, it is not the time to completely modify a pattern. The original pattern didn't ask for a lining, so by adding one, I just overcomplicated my life, and I also had to do a lot of mental gymnastics to figure out how to finish the sleeve hole without adding the sleeve. Finally, I have the top ready. I didn't film much because I changed a lot of the original pattern, and I really needed to be focused, and when I'm focused I forget to film. So this is what we have, but I think it turned out super cute. And now it's 8 p.m. and I really need to get that skirt done today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to vacuum, have dinner, shower, and then my ass will be back here because I really need to finish this. I finished the matching skirt. I didn't record it because I was way too stressed out, so it just went over my head. We are less than 24 hours from me sitting my pretty little behind on that airplane, and we have 2 dresses left and 1 dress to do the hem. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I was up until 4 a.m. last night trying to prep everything I need for the dresses, pin everything I can. So today we only have to sew it. only. I ended up finishing the red dress at 1 AM, which was 3 hours before I had to leave for the airport. I still tried to sew the remaining dress, which was going to be yellow, but when I kept not being able to do the shirring on the back of the top, I just called it quits at 3 AM because I still had to pack my bag. Of course, with all this panicking, I ended up not recording much. I'm so sorry. Even though I couldn't finish all of the 6 outfits, I'm still very proud of myself. I don't have a lot of experience in sewing, I have a long way to go, but I'm happy that I managed to sew pieces that at least didn't fall apart during the trip. I'll show you some photos over here as proof. For finishing this video, I also want to thank all of you guys that followed this journey on short. 2,000 of you subscribed after this mini-series, which is honestly mind-blowing. Fingers crossed you also love this video. It was a lot of work to put everything together. And I also really want to do more sewing, crochet, DIY, fashion content over here, so let me know if you'd like to see that. With this being said, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay shiny!